This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your source for the latest Iowa ag news headlines right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, Mark Magnuson, and Andy Peterson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley.
Good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. Today is Tuesday, April 15th of 2024. We're so glad you can join us for today's show. In today's episode, I have some of my coverage from the 97th Annual Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. It's going on in Ames right now, and plenty of students there. They're actually wrapping that up today. We'll also have a look at the closing markets with the folks from agmarket.net. But first, here's the beginning of that coverage, starting off with a conversation with Andy Zaire of Iowa State University. This is Iowa State FFA Convention in 2025. Lots of FFA students here today, Andy. So far, what's foot traffic been like for you guys?
It's been great, as always. We have a beautiful day outside. I think that helps. But every year we can always count on having a good group of students coming through and checking out what's new at Iowa State and all the other colleges that are here as well.
Right, and of course that ag education is top of mind for these FFA students. A lot of them, even next year, are going to be students. When it comes to Iowa State, what they offer, they get a pretty close experience of seeing what it's like on campus. What do you have to say for those students who are looking for that ag education to continue?
No, it's a great point. I think the more that they can get here, the more comfortable they become before entering in, and that's part of the recipe for success that we have. You know, I tell them to get here and get on campus, get familiar. The FFA convention is a good time to get a chance to tour some facilities too that they might not have been able to see on a general campus visit. So we have students checking out our animal science teaching farms, our Kent feed mill and grain science complex. So there's some really good things that they can do. And then one of the popular ones is our turf program at the Jack Trice Stadium. Our students checking out how agriculture contributes to the playing surfaces that our football team has.
Right, and I think Iowa State's uniquely positioned for those hands-on experiences. I mean, you've got the vet farm nearby, the dairy farm nearby, really just a short drive away, and you can get a lot of very relevant experience to the field you might go into. Yeah,
for sure. There's incredible opportunities to get your hands dirty in the more production areas like that, but we have a new option with our industrial technology major that's biomanufacturing and biological systems work. So a lot of ways to get some real hands-on experience and try some different things on campus, all related to the sciences related to agriculture.
And we know that agriculture isn't just the livestock side of things or even the grain side of things. The industry is really expanding. I mean, ag engineering is obviously huge at Iowa State. Ag communications, kind of newer, more people going into that as well. Really lots of opportunities that you can relate ag to pretty much any career that you want to go to.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, agriculture is changing so fast. The equipment and technology that we use to work within the agricultural industry is expanding and getting more sophisticated. So we need technologists that know how to manage that. We need communications folks to help the typical user like me that isn't as experienced in the development of these tools about how to apply that on individual farms. So there's a lot of demand for the types of innovation and technology that occurs on the Iowa State campus for sure.
And then, of course, this campus right now is swarming with the future leaders that are going to be in this ag industry.
Oh, 100%. It's like a reunion for some of those students that we've seen them for 3 years in a row, and they're going into their senior year. We have a little special gift for the seniors that are planning to join us in the fall, and you know, even for me personally, I've got a son coming into the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, and I've talked to a couple of incoming freshmen that will have the same orientation day, and I tell them I'll be joining you as a parent of a new student. So it's a great time to be here, and again, we're so thankful to have FFA hosted in Ames and the strong tradition that we have for taking care of this group of students for a couple of days, for sure.
Okay, Andy, lots of great information. For any prospective students who'd want to get in touch. How can they do that?
Yeah, we're easy to get a hold of. If you can remember College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, CALS, at iastate.edu is the email address. You can find us on the website, of course, and we're happy to take care of you.
I also had the chance to catch up with some students who were attending the convention, find out what they enjoyed about not only convention, but about being an FFA as well. Ben Rozier, he is an FFA student at LaPorte Dysart, and we're at FFA Convention in Ames, Iowa. Ben, thank you for stopping by to take a minute to talk and doing a lot of cool things here at convention this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right now I'm working courtesy corps for just around the area. I was helping in Sheeman a couple minutes ago, and then now I was helping down at the stage.
Yeah, and of course there's a lot of students here to mingle and kind of catch up with everybody. Yeah, exactly, and it's every year it's super packed. And of course right now they've got one of the general sessions going on. Just a lot of things for students to enjoy, yeah?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I know it's a great way to connect with members. I'm from Northeast Iowa, and it's great to meet members from all the way down to like the area of like Council Bluffs or even Sioux City. It's great to meet people from across the state.
And of course we know that FFA Convention, very fun. Also a great opportunity to kind of look academic-wise, career-wise at a few things. I know you're a junior in high school. Great opportunity to visit with other schools. Yeah,
I looked at the K-State booth and even the Iowa State booth down there. I'm kind of interested in maybe either going in the ag education pathway or maybe even in horticulture as well.
And Ben, what would you say when it comes to FFA that's maybe helped you the most in your kind of ag career or just academically, even outside of agriculture? What is the biggest thing you've taken away from being an FFA?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've taken away is the importance of communication and working with others. I've learned that sometimes you're going to meet people from not even all over the state, but even from different backgrounds. And it's important to learn those new perspectives because then we can develop a new perspective. And I think also too, another important thing that I've learned is public speaking. Before my time in FFA, I was someone who didn't really like to speak on a stage, but now I can do it confidently and I enjoy doing it as well.
Well, I can tell you've worked on it as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
All right, we are here with Emily Kelly. She is an FFA student in Nevada, and we are at FFA State Convention in 2025. Emily, what have you enjoyed so far about being at a convention so far?
I really enjoy seeing all my friends from across the state of Iowa because I participate in a ton of FFA events, especially at the state fair, and I make a ton of new friends, and it's really nice to see a lot of them at the same time and just connect with them while they're competing in things and having fun too.
So what are some of those events that you've been able to participate in?
So I am a grandstand usher at the state fair, like I said, and I meet people all over the state and spend a week with them, and it's so fun. And then I also am a district officer, so then I can see people from my district, and it's just really fun and important to interact with individuals.
And it's a great networking opportunity, just like you mentioned, friendship-wise, but also just to see those students across the state, even just here in the state of Iowa. There's a lot of different people doing a lot of different things in FFA, right?
I think it's really important to make connections outside of your own school and your own chapter because then you can get more perspectives and more ideas on how to become a better individual as well as an FFA member and chapter.
So then I'll have some of the same questions for you when it comes to FFA and your time in it. You're a junior in high school, getting close to looking at college options and everything and career choices. What are some of the things you've taken from FFA that you know are going to impact later on in your life?
So I participate in the ag mechanics contest at the state fair, so that's definitely taught me hard work and attention to detail, which are two very important skills, especially later on in my career. And FFA has just shown me how much there is to offer and how many different pathways, not even just within agriculture, but within every job industry. And I think it's important for kids to build those skills so then they can be a reliable employee later on.
So then when it comes to state convention specifically, I know you mentioned being able to network with friends you've made across the state. What are some other things that you just really enjoy about getting the opportunity to come here to Ames?
It's really fun to see all the colleges that are wanting people in the agriculture industry to come to them. And it's really cool to talk to them and see how all the colleges differ and what they can bring to the table for you as an individual.
That's my video coverage of this year's Iowa FFA Leadership Conference. You can find all of that at our website at iowaagnet.com. We'll take a look at the closing market prices next, but first, here's a word from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and it's time now to take a look at the closing markets with Cory Bratland of agmarket.net. First off, Cory, what do we see going on in the grain markets today?
Hey, Riley. Yeah, grain market's a little bit mixed here in the day. We kind of had some spread action going on where both on corn and soybeans, the old crop contracts were down 3-4 cents on corn, 5-6 on soybeans, but the new crop contracts like the December corn, November beans, actually a little bit stronger on the day. What we're seeing there on the new crop contracts, especially corn, is being a little higher. We're adding a little bit of risk premium into this crop as I think starting this week in the eastern corn belt down the deep south that they're going to get some more rain. And even when you look out at the 7 to 10 day forecast, they're scheduled to get significant rains again. So there's some customers over there that are just starting to get going. It's not the best of conditions. And just when they're going to start to dry out here late week, they got more rain coming. So we're starting to add a little bit of premium into this. And like I say, you add another week, 10 days to the calendar, all of a sudden we're at the end of April already. And, those folks, especially down in the deep south, they like to be kind of wrapping up by then, and they got a little ways to go yet. So.
And I mean, you add the weather, which is already volatile, on top of the very volatile and kind of crazy marketplace and economy that's going on right now. And it's a whole mixture for prices to kind of move really wherever they want at this point, right?
Yeah, there is. Overall, we got still support here. This underneath both corn and soybeans. A little bit of correction. We ran into some resistance here yesterday. We ran into some 200-day moving averages on the soybeans, caused the old crop corn or soybeans to pull back just a little bit. Corn, we saw that market kind of from our February highs to our late March lows sell off. We saw the market rally back to about a 62% retracement. Find some resistance. So the market is still in an uptrend in the broader perspective. So I still like it. It's just a small correction. So something that we needed here, and it's going to be healthy for the market for long term.
Right, Cory. And then on the other side of the marketplace with the livestock, how did the cattle and hogs trade today?
Yeah, cattle, hogs, both are all were higher here today. So just cash keeps moving up here a little bit. The stock market, I think the big thing for the livestock markets here lately has just been the stock market hasn't had these great big swings. Where we're up 300-400 points 1 minute, and then a half hour later, we might be down 300-400 points in the stock market. So we're not seeing that. So now the cattle market is still the fundamentals are still friendly. We just got to make sure that this economy is stable enough to support these higher prices, especially on the beef. Pork a little bit cheaper there. We are kind of some concerns there that we might be running into a few short animals here. So that definitely should keep this pork market a little bit on the supported side here in the near term.
And then on the demand side of things, it should be starting to tick up here pretty soon. Obviously, we've already had some pretty nice weather for grilling to start. But with Memorial Day coming up soon as well, that demand period is really going to peak soon.
Yeah, it is. And I think this correction that we've had here the last couple of weeks, I think, is going to sit a lot better with the consumer out there. Things have come off their highs. They're leading up here a couple of weeks ago. Things were so bullish. We had the correction. Now I think now things can maybe settle down just a touch, and I think that'll help the consumers to the grocery stores and spend their money on this beef here and keep the market supported.
All right, Cory, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch with agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of us is just kind of head on over to our website, which is www.agmarket.net.
All right, Cory, thanks again for the analysis as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Riley.
Thanks again to the folks at agmarket.net for providing us with some excellent market commentary as always. We'll go ahead and take a look at the closing market prices through the market window at iowaagnet.com. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. That also brings us to the end of today's show. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. Also follow us on social media at Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and TikTok, and find our video content as well as previous episodes of AM/PM on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Check out as well our free morning, midday, and closing market podcasts, as well as the Iowa Ag Matters podcast and Pods of Potential. Find those on your favorite podcasting service at Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and Podbean, or again on our website at iowaagnet.com under the podcast tab. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson, Andy Peterson, and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.